Hello, everybody. We're live. Welcome to the 1-year anniversary of the LastPackMagik channel. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We made it a whole year, and we brought everyone who's ever been a guest on the channel on tonight, and they are here with us. We will introduce them real quick. First of all, Fausto, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. Happy to
How
be
are
here.
you, man? You haven't been on in a while. It's nice to see you here.
Oh, it's so nice to be on again. I'm trying to get back into it. December, you will see me everywhere. So I'm
There'll
excited.
be no escaping you.
There'll be no escaping me.
Whether you try to escape or not.
A year, man. A year.
Time is flying by, but it's kind of a hard scale to tell. Matt, maybe you've noticed, but there was like 800 sets that dropped this year.
Yeah, I mean, definitely more sets than weeks, it seems like. And
That's a good way of putting it.
That's good.
In the last 2 days, we found that there's another set, right? Women of Marvel, that's going to be a David Adams exclusive.
Yeah. I was so confused. I was wondering what was going on with that.
I mean, it's the question. We don't even know. Is it physical exclusive with them? Is it only going to be physical?
Right.
Will they have EPAC and it'll sell out in 2 days?
Did David Adams buy EPAC? Who knows, right? We're all going to find out together.
They'll do their usual. It won't sell out on David Adams because they'll just trickle it out over the next year.
Yeah.
Totally. And then we have another great friend in the building who's been a huge person on the channel. Mr. Claus out. Raj, what's going on, buddy?
Just hanging in there.
Yeah,
like you said, this year flew by. Yeah. Doing a lot of traveling for the holidays and stuff. So I'm back at the home base.
Awesome. You made it home for Thanksgiving, I hope. Oh, I think we froze Raj.
Yes. Finally made it home.
That's awesome. I'm
okay. Hello.
Raj is another one of our oil field friends who every holiday that you make it for is a win. Every single holiday that you make it home for is a win.
I haven't been home for Thanksgiving in probably 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is my first Thanksgiving back home in that long. So
it's an oil field miracle.
Yeah.
Raj, your internet is as good at home as it is when you're in the field, which I'm assuming is like brought to you by Starlink. I want to say what's up to a couple people in the chat here because we have a whole bunch of people jumping on. Dre Studio says they grow up so quickly. Fausto was pointing out before that there's still so much dark hair in my beard that 2-year anniversary, I'll probably be wrinkled and gray. It'll be amazing. Thanks for jumping on, Dre. We've got Raj's wife in the chat. She's found you, Raj. I remember the chat that we were all in when she was like, I found you. It was very funny. Another person that we have
looking for me.
just found is Mr. Louis Alonso. What's going on, Louis?
What up?
So glad you could jump on. We got quite the lineup tonight of friends hanging out. Anniversary chat of a year. We got Paul's cards hanging out. What's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on and being part of the crew. Pull and Fire, man. Pull and Fire. I've seen so many Human Torch cards in the sets that have been coming out lately for character collecting. Like you've been getting the treat. It's been awesome. Lucky. Card Collector Show jumping on, the LPM Krew in the house. Thanks so much for joining. I've been trying to do morning shows and all of that, and it just has not happened. I've been doing streams with some friends. Me and Matt and Spidey had a really fun conversation a little while ago. We were supposed to talk about Mystique sketches, and we just got off topic, and we're like all over the place talking about everything. It was really, really fun. I got True Blue jumping on, joining. So this year we got to watch so many sets come out, which was amazing. Now we've got to digest a little bit of it. There's more coming out, I know, but so far in the last year, why don't we talk about a couple of things that we've enjoyed collecting? Raj, what has been the sets that you've enjoyed hanging around with, collecting all of it? What was the one?
It's got to be Flitter Ultra Wolverine for me.
Yes, thank you. That was my answer. Is that because you collect Wolverine or because the set was amazing?
Both. Yeah. Literally, Wolverine's on every card, so I have to collect one of every card at least, right?
There you go.
Just because it says Wolverine on it, if you're a character collector.
That's the rule.
At this point, it's still one of the products that's for sale on EPAC because today platinum sold out. You know, Lewis, you were a huge platinum collector. Was that your set for the year? Or what was your set?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not like the cards are great, but my excitement for the year has been collecting, you know, the original art from different masterpiece sets before me. You know, before that I was around, so being able to get, Dan's work from 2022, and getting the opportunity to get, the Just Go 2016 art, and then be able to hit some, get Simone 2018. Like that's what I've been excited to collect. I know this is a card channel. A lot of the homies here collect cards, and I collect some cards too. But the cards have been fun. If it has to be a card set, I'd say it's probably easy. It's platinum. You know what I mean? But me, I've been excited collecting original art. That's what I've been pumped about for this year.
Something this year that I've enjoyed so much, and I think that we're just gonna have to put Matt up here as well, is the evolution of yours and Matt's basements. I mean, look at the original art that is going on in the backgrounds of these basements. We've seen blank walls. I mean, I remember when Lewis barely had internet, and here we are. Here we are with these backgrounds that have nothing but original paintings and all of that. That's I've been really enjoying that. It's been really cool.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been exciting, and it's been exciting to see a lot of like new collectors dip into original art and pick up some really nice pieces to get their collections going. And I think original art is going to be something that more collectors are going to veer to, just, to be able to have something so special that only you have. It doesn't matter how many cards are printed after it.
Right.
Having the true, the true one-on-one, being able to look at it, knowing that this is what the artist put, time of his life. You know what I mean? Because, our time here is short. We don't know when it's gonna go. So every minute of the day is something precious for us. And for knowing that artists, put all that time and energy and effort and grind into them.
Yeah.
And being able to have that on your wall, you know what I mean? It's cool. It's just different, man. Once you start collecting original art, you'll look at cards very differently, and you'll understand what the excitement is about, with the original art. You have to experience to truly know what it's all about,
Definitely. For sets that have come out this year that have been enjoyable, I would like to hear from someone without facial hair. I'm going to bring Matt Fuller on. Matt, what's your set been this year that you've enjoyed the most?
Wolverine is up there because there are some really, really good cuts and really good sketches. But I think Platinum gets the edge because of those sketch cards.
Yeah, cool.
Just the rarity of them, and just the insanity of that sort of chase. I would give the edge, even though it drove me crazy, because I want to say now 1/4 of my Danny collection are platinum cards and variants. There were just so many. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the sketch cards for me pushed it over the top, so I'll go with platinum.
A part of the experience that you had with platinum was you pulled a very low number Danny card on stream, did you not?
Yep.
What was the card?
Which one was it? It was one of the, what do they call the fives? The amber
crystals. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wasn't that out of a blaster, Matt?
It was. It was
out of a damn blaster, bro.
And his character, which is crazy stupid.
That's wild.
And
the blasters are probably the product line of the year. The platinum blasters are the best retail, like, that they come out with. Like, that's.
I managed to find blasters at my local Walmart here, and I opened them with Lewis, and we had a lot of fun. And it's fun seeing those videos where people are pulling up fives, because all I pulled was absolute junk. But it is nice to know that there is proof out there that other people were pulling absolute fire out of them. That's really awesome.
And the other thing that pushes Platinum over the top, and I think all sets had this, but the trading community for Platinum was fantastic. Just so many people working together.
Yeah.
And it's sold out now.
It's gone. Thank God.
I didn't think that set was going to sell out for a very long time. It seems interesting that it's all it's all happening right now. Like back to back premiere just sold out. It's wild.
Temptation is gone, my friends. Temptation is gone. Thank
I was
God.
talking to Lewis yesterday, and he was like, "I can't wait for this thing to be gone, man. I need this thing out of my life.
Bro,
I need to be free."
26 bucks a pack sucks ass, bro. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. It sucks, bro.
A lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah.
And Fausto,
way
that
too
brings us to you. Fausto, what was your, Fausto had a great video the other day where he opened up a box of Trilogy and pulled a comic cut of his character, and was the most natural reaction I've ever seen. It was really, really exciting to watch. So I got to ask you finally what your favorite set so far this year has been.
My baby.
Very
This
cool.
was the
Like
coolest
how,
thing.
what a unique experience that is. Pulling a insert of your character.
That's really cool because Surfer. I've been collecting Surfer as a kid, but the problem was that when I came into the hobby and did a bunch of when I decided to do the character collection on a crazy level, he was banned at the time.
Right.
So I was there running for cards when you couldn't pull a Silver Surfer out of a pack. So it was very different. You know what I mean? So it's very cool to have that experience now. My favorite card set of the year, though, I really enjoyed Infinity Trilogy, but it really is Beginnings Series 1. And there's nothing in Beginnings other than cuts. And I love the Curator autos. I thought those were really pretty cards. I thought those were really good looking cards. But yeah, having Silver Surfer on cuts has really been crazy. And tying up the collection has been really great as well. But yeah, I just think it's still the coolest thing in the world to see that they made those lineage booklets. I really hope Series 3 comes out. I don't know what's going to happen. I keep hearing that it's canceled. I have no idea if Series 2 is even going to be on EPAC. But the lineage booklets for me is probably one of the best things Marvel Cards has had, honestly. It's just such a cool, great idea, especially for character collectors to have a moment in a character's history from the first appearance to it's just such a great executed concept when done correctly, obviously.
Very cool. This could be a stream of either an anniversary of people who've been on the channel or people who have cost me a fortune. Like Lewis was saying, there's just a huge list of people here that have cost me an absolute fortune over the last year. Me and Raj, Raj's like, no, not me at all. Me and Raj opened a whole bunch of Fleer Ultra Wolverine together, and you got some really cool sketches out of it. You pulled that X-23 sketch on the stream. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was the only one I pulled, yeah. I actually only bought 2 boxes and 4 or 5 blasters. That's it.
Yeah, only.
So, yeah, only. So
it's cool getting to interact with, when you say
I didn't really go that hard. I just
It's fun when it's the set that you enjoy the most and you get to open it, right? Like it's something that you get to do physically and open. When I had first heard that Platinum was coming out, I talked to Lewis about it. And I asked him, I said, "Oh, did you pre-order any? Were you interested?" And he goes, I'm going to see how the art is and all that. And now Lewis was like, "Mr. Platinum, I feel like you're the person who..."
Yeah, I slept on that shit. I need to pre-order a single box.
And then you went
I was
in.
like, bro, I'm like, bro, this set's going to be crap, bro. It's junk. I'm not going to go. I'll be honest, bro. And then when I seen it come out and I seen some of it get opened and then, I ripped a little bit of it and, it was good. It was good. It was good. The parallels are really nice. The design, just knowing that when you hit a really nice card of a character that you like, your chances of getting a Gem 10 are pretty high compared to previous sets.
It's been great.
I'd love to see the percent, but I'm gonna say it's got to be above 70%, maybe 80% gem rate. Yeah. I don't know what the exact number is, but I know I've graded a lot of it, and it's mostly 10s. You
and
know,
if you want to get that pristine 10 from CGC, you just have to have Steven submit it. It's perfect.
yeah, just you know, hand it off to Steven, you know, he'll run into the end zone and get you the 10. So shout out to the homie Steven, baby. Let's go.
Because Lewis was ripping so much platinum, he kept coming across Sabretooth cards. And he would call me on Instagram, but he would call on video chat. And I was always fishing. Every single time Lewis
Every
would
time this
call.
dude's on a boat, I don't know if it was like a green screen. And every time I call him, he's like, yo, put the green screen on. Get us back on the lake. Grab his fisherman hat. Hey, buddy, what's up, bro? You know, we're out here catching, 30-pound salmon, Shit.
The first time he was like, what are you doing? And I showed him, I panned around. I was in the middle of the ocean just fishing salmon. It was so funny.
Yeah, bro. Sabretooth followed me in this set, bro. I hit so many big Sabretooth cards. It's crazy, man.
You totally did.
Shout out to Miles Wool, man.
I was going to ask you, did you get any original art from Platinum?
I've got one piece. I've got the Magneto by Kai.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. When the art for this, was being available, my eyes were on other things, on other sets, other art, and I was focused on that. And it kind of took, I slept on it. To be honest with you, I slept on it. I can say that one piece from Platinum that I regret every day when I look at the damn card that I didn't jump on it, and there was an opportunity to jump on it. I was just locked in with some other stuff, you know what I mean, some other big pieces, and it was the Dr. Doom from Palumbo, man. That was the one piece where I'm like, shit, I should have locked that in, because I don't have a Palumbo piece in my collection yet, which I need to add. Yeah. And that would have just been the perfect. Well, that's one of the best Dr. Doom images on a card I've seen, and I'm not a big Dr. Doom collector or anything like that, but that image on the different parallels in the set are pretty insane. So yeah, I slept on that though. On the OA for Platinum, I did sleep on it for sure.
One of the things that I have noticed over the year of having the channel is the relationship that we all get to have with the artists from the Marvel community. And it's a really special thing. And the reason I bring it up is because Dave Palumbo is one of the most pleasant people I have ever met in my life. David is a wonderful guy and an amazing artist. Matt, when I came into the hobby, was always the sketch card aficionado and was always the resource everybody used. I would like to know if you got any original art that you want to talk about this year, Matt, from some of these sets.
I've got 2 Platinum pieces. You can kind of see Mystique up there. Yeah. And I've got a Danny behind the door there. This year,
what was a memorable moment for me actually was when we were all on the Spidey Hits channel doing we had all bought into a break, like kind of a sports style break for Flair, and a card was hit, and Matt got very excited about this Simone Bianchi card, and I was like, why is Matt so excited about this base card that he just hit? And it was because you had the original art and you didn't even know it had been used as an image.
No,
that was a cool
experience. That was a really cool moment.
Yeah. Those are the best feelings, Matt, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot of times when you buy this, especially not just Simone, other artists, they're like, well, they said they're going to use it, and I still have 2 I'm waiting for them to use. So, and that was another one. I just didn't know what set, so that caught me off guard. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah,
there's been so many exciting card moments this year. One of the things that really caught me off guard this year, Fausto, I'm going to bring this up with you, is when Steven found the hidden Jusco paintings.
A beast, man. It was really cool. I kind of found out a little late in the game what was going on, but it's funny. Steven, Jose, and I include Matt on that, really orchestrated the OAX for the card section, and I think they put on a great show. I mean, like, for the people who got to go, you got to experience like a Marvel card art gallery. You know what I mean? When I did the thing with DeSantos and he wanted to have like a small, you know, kind of showing of the art and really just have a very small group amount of people there, you know, I invited people who were like 10, 15 years in the game of buying original art. And it was the first time they had ever been in a room where you see it on the walls. And Bianchi had done similar thing with his set, you know, sold part of it and then brought it to Metropolis in New York at that gallery. So it's just really cool that it's become kind of like a natural thing. And at OAX, they put on the show where you got to see all the art curated from the early 90s to the now. And it was just a fantastic thing to see. It's funny, one of the platinum pieces, the same thing happened to me. I have the Mike Allred Platinum Surfer, the cover art variant. And I bought that art not knowing about platinum. I had no idea if that thing was going to show up too. I was like, it's Mike Allred, you know what I mean, for Surfer, which is a huge deal for the character. And I was like, it's a lot of money, but I was like, well, I'll just risk it. And then I later found out that other people had passed on it because they were like, it's unpublished. And I'm like, so it's cool. It happens. It pops up. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that there are so many artists involved in the community of Marvel cards, and not only do you get to know them and their work, something you guys frequently point out on your guys' streams is that if you like their art, you can reach out to them through social media and very likely get a response and participate back and forth with them that way.
I mean, it's awesome, right? I mean, I was very lucky when I first started doing any kind of social media with cards. That was my experience, was to reach out to artists and get APs. Right. I got APs from Toma, from Lydia Lee. Matt remembers the Jubilee Lydia Lee I got before Lydia Lee, everyone lost their minds on her. And she's just, you know, she's wonderful. And, you know, of course, Perna, good friends with Perna. That's such a great friendship I treasure because Perna's and Elaine are just a trip.
I've heard of Perna.
But but no, it's weird. There's no other hobby, and I'm hoping that when we kind of start getting into DC more, at least Upper Deck DC for original art, that still continues where the artists make sure that they're involved. You know what I mean? And I think a good group to be a part of right now is the official Marvel card group,
right?
Marvel and DC. I think that group is really bringing a lot of old school collectors and a lot of new artists and big artists into the fold. And I'm hoping that means that people who really want to get into rare cards or anything, just a nice trading community, which is also there, or even if they want to do the art, you know what I mean? Hopefully they have that opportunity. You know what I mean? Before I left. Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed that the group name had changed. I know that Matt is one of the admins for it. Maybe Matt, you could tell us a little bit about the group, where people could find it and why they should join.
Sure. So it's on Facebook. Just search the Marvel and DC Trading Card Group. Originally, so it's changed its name. This is the third iteration. Originally, it was Marvel.
That's fine.
Cards
That's totally
United,
fine.
And then it was the official Marvel Card Group. And you know, with the Upper Deck announcement on DC, we didn't want to create a sister group and dilute the posts across two groups. And we thought, you know what, let's just pull them all together and just have one spot where everything sort of comic related can show up. And yeah, we've already got a lot of DC content in there. People are excited, and I think it's especially helpful because we're not sure about sketch cards on the top side, especially since they don't do the APs. So sticking with DC and including that will allow us to continue the relationships with the existing sketch card artists, many of whom who are transitioning over with Upper Deck to the DC side.
Right.
And it's important to support these artists. And I feel like the only way collectors get a chance to support them is through exposure. And I feel like my hope is with the group, which is already kind of doing it, is that the artists feel comfortable posting for APs, talking to collectors, you know what I mean? Because that for me is just giving everybody the chance to actually pay the artist directly for their great work. I don't know. I think that's a responsibility on the collector side for us to always find a way to support these artists, regardless of Topps doing sketch cards or allowing APs. You know what I mean? There should always be work for these artists who have done work for us since we were kids, and you know what I mean, and things we collect today. So I don't know.
Definitely. Raj, I want to ask you, what's your favorite online Marvel community? Where do you go to participate with everybody?
MCCW a little bit, but
Yeah. Raj, your internet is absolutely
it's just
unbelievable.
is it? I don't know why I can hear you guys fine on my end.
You just keep freezing. That's all.
Do you want me to back out and try
No,
to
no,
come
no, no.
back?
No. You're good. You're good. I appreciate because so one of the things that we have with all of these friends is whenever we see something that comes up with their character, we tag them in it. And I tag Raj in so many posts. I feel like I'm irritating him. I feel like I'm spamming him with Wolverine tags when I see things. But it's part of the fun is getting to do those types of things. Raj has Raj has a unique experience with the channel where he met a really good collecting friend of his because he had reached out to me and wanted to be a guest on the channel. And one of the fun things on this channel is when friends come on and new people come on and open. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the friends that you've made on the channel there, Raj.
Well, Donnie's a big influence on the channel for me. Like he was a guest on your show, and his personality just clicked with mine, and now we talk like on a regular basis. I made their channel their own thing that they bring me, so it's awesome to be able to have those relationships.
You know, we have a group chat going that's me, Raj, and Donnie, and it's by far the group chat I'm the most active in my Instagram dealings. Lewis, with the license getting moved on, are you going to be a participant in the DC stuff? Are you interested in the DC original art, or what's your how are you feeling?
Listen, bro, I grew up a Batman fan. You know, I think a lot of us enjoy Batman. Doesn't matter how much you like Marvel. I think, you know, most Marvel homies, they got love for Batman, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man. The DC stuff's gonna be fun, you know, just to see the Batman and the different villains and the different inserts and stuff like that. So it's gonna be good, man. I'm excited for it.
I'm trying to find an excitement level for DC for myself because I'm really not a DC person. I'm not really a Batman guy or Superman guy or any of it. But everyone's enthusiasm about it has been interesting, and talking about some of the artists that are involved has definitely made me interested to see what type of work comes out. I'm really curious to see sketch cards and a DC masterpieces. That will be cool.
Well, DC's popping right now, man. DC dropped a new comic run that's like it's one of the hottest comic runs they've had in a very long time. And it's the Absolute series. So you got the Absolute Batman new series, the Absolute Superman and Wonder Woman. And it's crazy how many copies the Absolute Batman series has sold out. It's the amount of comics they've sold for that series is just crazy numbers, man. So DC's doing some good things, man. I think they're doing some good stuff, man. The comics are popping right now with the new storylines. You know, the art looks good. You know, now you got Upper Deck with the DC license, so you're going to get, you know, those prestigious inserts and brands that Upper Deck provides, you know, for DC. It's going to be huge. Batman PMGs, bro. You know, Catwoman jambalayas, you know. Just think about all the big character holograms and, you know, the medallions, and it just goes on, man. The masterpieces, bro, like it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Something interesting in the DC verse. I don't know if you guys remember, but they did a DC Marvel crossover series, and the character they crossed over with my character, Collect Sabretooth, was the Joker. So I guess that kind of gave me a little bit of a taste of what DC might be like. Fausto, what about you? How are you looking forward to seeing some DC products coming out of the next Upper Deck and EPAC things?
It's funny because I recently have reorganized my collection to stop at 2015 for the Master. And I keep going over these old inserts and organizing. I've been talking to you about this and everybody else here, obviously. Yeah. But, you know, a big part of me, it was funny because I remember talking to Don't Even Worry About It Doom back in the day, and he's a huge fan of Batman animated series. And I've liked it when I was a kid, and, you know, I was actually in the middle of rewatching it myself when we started talking, so it was pretty funny to have that conversation, and we were always like, oh man, to see Bruce Timm artwork, or like, you know what I mean, like to see all these kind of cool things come to fruition. So I'm excited to see the different versions of characters. You know, I actually got a Batman card recently, a sketch card that is like my favorite Batman sketch card of all time. I don't think it's going to get topped, and I'm very picky that way. Matt knows I'm like weird. Once I find that one sketch card, then I'm like, yes. And it doesn't have to be the best thing ever. It's just like my style. It's exactly what I'm into.
Right.
I put it in my binder. I'm like, that's my one-off. I'm good. So I'm excited to see those kind of sketches come to light. Get some Nightwings, you know what I mean? Like Poison Ivy. I don't know. There's some cool things I'm excited about. The sketch card and the comic cut part.
So on that note, there was in one of the Facebook groups, you posted a Silver Surfer sketch that you haven't asked for in a while. If anybody has it, do you have a photo of it that you want to show? The one that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'll put it on my phone. Ah, man. So when I first 1999 kind of thing, like when I first started looking at Marvel cards, because I was always looking at Marvel cards, but when I started really looking at Marvel cards from the standpoint of like what was happening, I was printing out a bunch of things as you know, at my job at the time, and my mom's printer or whatever. And this is the card. And you know, it's funny. It's the same artist I got you the Sabretooth. Well, you got the Sabretooth.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
No, you definitely facilitated all that. And who was the artist?
This is Renato Arlim. He actually worked on a Surfer book. A little controversy behind him and stuff like that, but it's a really cool sketch card. This is just a sketch card that I fell in love with back in the day, looking on a Scoundrel, and I found it, and I just never have found the owner. And I was kind of going through my archives because I've been doing, like, you know, synthesizing the collection and kind of think about it as a standpoint of like, okay, I did the Surfer collection. This is fully complete and cut off, and now I can just. This sounds so stupid, but now I can actually just get what I like and not feel like a chicken without a head. And you know what I mean? Trying to grab everything, because that was taking way too much out of me. So I'm just going through all these old pictures and old files, and I'm like, well, I know this group has a lot of OGs in it, so maybe I get lucky.
Were you never able to reach the Scoundrel user? Is that the problem?
So the picture that I found on Scoundrel, it said Warp 9 cards underneath, and I never found that user, and I never found who had it. So like, it was a lot of searching, and I've asked tons of people at this point to try to figure out who has this card. But the problem with the sketch cards is that so many of these cats who have this stuff, have Hotmail, Yahoo emails, and they're not around. You know what I mean? They don't want to be found at all. They're
on MSN Messenger logged in still right now.
Right. They're like 10, 15 years older than me on top of that. So they really don't want to be bothered by me. And they're happy with what they have. They don't ever touch it. They look at it every once in a while. It's their prized possession, and they boom. And the thing about sketch cards, especially vintage ones, is that a lot of people don't keep double artists. They have artist checklist. It's me. I have it. I'll find you. Don't mess with me.
Don't tempt us.
You haven't. Matt's seen me in full surfer hunt mode. Okay, I get a little crazy, but so most people have artist checklists when you go to vintage sketch cards. So what ends up happening is that they're not really looking at the character. They're like, oh, this is my example of this artist's work. It very much operates in the same way as like original comic book art owners do too. So they like, oh, this is my prime example of this artist's work. And once it's locked in, unless you have a one to replace it, and if they like it more, and most people are like, dude, I'm like 5, 10, 15 years, 10 years older than you. I don't feel like going to the post office to ship this to you for like $500 or whatever. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? So then I have to overpay to get a card that would be under. It's just a whole thing. But it's my last ditch effort to try it out a little bit. Every year I ask a few people and just try it out.
I really hope that surfaces for you. I really hope that.
I've had other cards that I've wanted to surface after 7, 10-year hunts. So it's possible. It could happen.
We've had a lot of unique experiences this year with just how crazy everything has been. Here's a great curveball for you all right now. Nothing is getting shipped in or out of Canada right now because Canada Post is on strike and has been for 3 weeks. So every Christmas, Canada Post goes on strikes and holds the entire country hostage for 2 months. It's incredibly interesting, and nothing is arriving. I have not got an item of mail in a month.
Oh man.
It's crazy. it's like, don't mail anything to Canada right now.
So don't mail your present.
Yeah, please hang on to all Christmas gifts at the moment. And Fausto, look on your face right now. It is
I'm so sorry.
It's just
I have something for Dre that I haven't sent out yet.
Yeah.
So I have to now. I'll put that off to the side. But
I would hang on to that for a little bit until this one gets.
I have something for Perna too. Holy shit! I'm so glad you said that. It was Monday. I was going to go to the post office. I have something there, and I was going to be like, time to drop this shit off.
So, one of the things about the LPM channel is that we are international. We deal with a lot of our American friends. We deal with a lot of people in Europe, in Australia, and in Canada. And so I would like you guys all to know that, in the global shipping world, it is all a nightmare. It either gets here in 4 days or a year. And it looks like Ace Ventura delivered some of these packages. It is completely frustrating. Hey, Perna says, I hate when the post office holds me hostage. That is currently what's going on. Lewis, tell us a little bit about what's going to be starting off the next year. That's going to be OAX. Are you going to be at OAX? What are you going to be doing there?
100%, bro. OAX is the place to be once a year for collectors, Marvel art, DC art, Star Wars art, and the Marvel card collectors, and it's the place to be. It's definitely the top convention for that to be at for me. I will have a booth set up within the CAX with the homies, so I'll have a big booth set up. I will be there representing myself and Ian Gist. So I have a bunch of originals available for Ian Gist, published covers that he has. A couple will be released, where people get to see it there for the first time. So it's definitely going to be good, man. So we're gonna do a big. We're gonna have a lot of nice original art, beautiful, stunning pieces that collectors can come and enjoy and pick up. And if not, just enjoy, a nice body of work for Eric's stuff. So it's gonna be exciting, man. We're gonna have a lot of nice Marvel cards available as well. There's gonna be a lot of trading, buying, selling. It's gonna be the place to be, man. So if you have not gotten set up, you haven't gotten your ticket yet, you haven't gotten a hotel or gotten your flight booked yet, get on it, man. It's the place to be. Definitely the place to be.
Not to mention it's going to be Florida with great weather and a beautiful place.
It's going to be nice, bro. You have a nice little jacket on, nice chill, breezy weather. It's going to be good, man. I'm excited for it.
Matt, you went to OAX last year. You were selling sketch cards. You were a big participant. What are you looking forward to this year at OAX?
Just the new split with the OAX, and then you've got CAX and IAX, so different sort of sub rooms within each, and really expanding to illustration arts and comic arts as well as original art. So I think Casper and Bill are just doing some amazing work, really growing this. They hired Tatiana on their crew, so just the plans they've got both for this year and they're already thinking to 2026. So it's just been fantastic to work with them. I'm helping out with a lot of the stuff on the back end. So it's just exciting to really help to set this all up. And obviously, my baby with all of it is the villa, of course, that whole social experience. So I'm super excited for that. It's drinking from the fire hose. It really is. So if you go with a plan, because it's almost overwhelming how much amazing stuff there is there. And I'm just super excited for everybody to get to see it and how much better it's going to be this year.
Oh, I'm super excited for you guys. That's going to be fun. Fausto, I want to ask you, so when you went to OAX last year, you guys were streaming a lot, and I noticed that there were just the people who were there, you kind of got to put a face to a name. Sometimes online you can misinterpret people, and you got to see so many of them there. Two of the people I was thrilled to see on all of your streams was the Glassburner brothers, my dear friend Jake. Who are you looking forward to seeing this year there and getting to kind of interact with?
David and Jake. I always love seeing David and Jake. Deadpool collector Ryan is just lovely. Man, there's actually the list is massive, to be honest. I'm excited to see Matt, Gambit Matt collector. That's going to be real fun.
Gosh.
He's awesome. He's such a nice guy. of course, seeing Matt and Lewis will be fun because we're going to get into a bunch of trouble. But man, I mean, Perna and Elaine. Like, I'm excited to hug Perna and Elaine. I love those guys a lot. I've always felt really close to them, and they're super sweet. So that's going to be nice to see them. Kashra, I want to hang out with Kashra a lot. He's been, like, I feel like, I don't know, him and I vibe very well. He's a lot of fun, so it's really cool. I'm excited. I'm making it. I already told Matt Totillo, but I'm gonna see if Matt Totillo can allow me to like sit near Bianchi and watch everyone but Justin. Oh, I love Justin.
I was going to say that. Well, I'm excited to see
so
Simone
messed
there.
up. Justin's great. I know. I want to sit next to Bianchi and I want to watch him paint. He was drawing. Yeah. He was painting the Thing portrait, the headshot of the Thing, which I'm sure you guys have seen. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to spend like an hour or two and just like, man, can I just hang out? And he goes, yes. And I'm hoping I can just sit there and like watch it because it's so cool to see the techniques, how he thinks of the lines and negative space. I don't, and to meet a lot of people, actually. I've grown to know a lot of people in the comic art community too. So it'd be cool to finally feel, man, you get to see original comic book art pages. I don't think you guys know, if you haven't had the experience yet, to look at something from your character's like very first appearance, very first series of comics, and to see the lines and the inks and like how they did it. I remember being there. Matt caught me. I was standing at a booth just looking at a page of Surfer John Buscema, and I was just staring. It's like $100,000. Not going to happen. I told Matt to get the van, but he didn't want to do it. So whatever. I'm still a little upset. But I was staring at this thing for like, had to be 20 minutes. And I was just like, wow. And the guy was like, you want to look at it? You want to hold it? And I was like, yeah. It's just so cool to have that kind of experience with history. You know what I mean? But
yeah. So, we just recently saw the Deadpool original comic image sell for $40,000 shy of $1 million.
It's insane. You know, you look at these prices, and obviously I'm not a player at those levels, and the people who are,
wait, what?
You know, the people who are players at that level, you know, there's no jealousy or anything. I don't think people should be jealous or upset or any weird stuff. Like, I can't believe someone would pay for that. I don't think that's the point. I think the point is that you have to, and this is the same thing with card collecting, right? You kind of have to realize where you play, right? You kind of have to and if you realize where you play and you feel, you make it creative and you collect something interestingly enough, where you play could have a collection that no millionaire could touch. You know what I mean? And that's the way to be really, really creative with your collection. So when I see pieces sell for so much money, it's not the money that matters in my mind when I watch that news. It's me being like, wow, we saw that piece change hands.
Right.
You know what I mean? That piece now went from this massive collector to, like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like watching a museum taking another artifact. You know what I mean?
It's kind of cool. You say that because the Rob Liefeld Deadpool that sold was from his personal collection.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
you were
surprised.
Buying it from an overseas collection. You were buying it from the artist.
I mean, remember the X-Men wrap cover art? You know what I mean? Like that was sold from Lee. And it's such an iconic cover. I mean, it's like a reason for most of us being into Marvel as we are is because of Jim Lee X-Men. And, to see that art be sold, there were certain things about when they tried to sell it and, all that stuff was a little weird, but they did sell it. And it was cool to see it move from one owner to another. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's history. It's very cool.
Raj, is your potato-powered webcam working again? Oh, wow. That was the best comment of the entire stream, by the way. Wow. Whoever put that in there.
Potato. Yeah. Is it a little bit better?
OAX
oh, yeah. It looks like you're almost at 420p right now. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the commissions that I was able to obtain through reaching out to some of the artists themselves. I went to the OAX website and try to find some commissions, and they were sold out. But I was able to reach Miles Wool and got in touch with him and got a commission from him. Tony's working on something for me. Cool. So that's going to be really what I'm looking forward to when I go there, is meeting all those artists and getting a little piece of art that's one of one for me,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going. I'm so glad you're going, dude. I had no idea you were physically going to be there.
Dude, I bought my ticket the first day they were out for sale.
Let's go. Let's go.
Where can people buy a ticket? If someone hasn't bought their ticket yet for OAX, where can they go to do that?
I'm assuming the OAX website.
Matt, what's that website, big dog? I know Matt's got it locked there.
Spot. Give me a second.
I saw you clicking and clacking. I already knew you were on it, bro.
I knew you guys were going to ask me.
I know.
Drop it in the comments there.
I saw those fingers clicking and clanking. I knew it was coming, baby.
OA-Expo, right?
I got it.
I actually got my first piece of OA from Lewis. And
go ahead and share my screen.
You're on it.
He's the one that got me interested in going to OAX.
So he's the problem.
I blame Lewis.
Gee, man, why you don't blame me? Well, you know what, man? We're gonna have a good time, and I'm gonna be able to meet you. So yeah, bro, blame me. Let's go.
Yeah. Lewis is the gateway.
The villain's gonna be popping for 4 nights straight, man.
I'm there for the wrestling match.
hey, the villain's gonna be popping for literally 3 to 4 nights straight. Last year, we were rocking till 4 or 5 in the morning, pretty much every night. It was just case ribs, box ribs. Trading, collecting, partying. It
looked like so much fun, guys.
Listen, man, what's crazy is that was just one villa full of cats, bro. This year we got 2 villas full of cats, bro. It's gonna be Matt, Fausto, what do we have in that? At least 30 heads, right? 30 plus people in there last year. So we're thinking 50, 60 heads this year, bro. It's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy.
My only sadness is that, and I'm not pressuring because he can't, but my only sadness is that I'm not going to be able to see Graydon in person and hang out.
I am not going to be able to make it to this, but I am going to be watching you guys nonstop for all of the fun and excitement.
I'm just going to
go. Hey, man, we're going to do a bunch of live content, bro. So there's going to be a lot of homies jumping on. We're going to be streaming. That's what we did last year. We did a ton of streaming, man. So
you're going to be there in one way.
You're going to be there one way or another, big dog, for sure.
Remember last year when they opened up? I think it was the Diamonds box, and they pulled the Jusco sketch. Was that not the craziest moment?
Shout out to the homie Slick P, Colossus, Joe Jusco sketch pack full. Bro, that was insane, dude. We pulled one-on-ones, big autos, big sketches.
I remember Justin planting it in the box, and he was like, "This is going to be great for content." It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was the stupidest, luckiest, dumbest thing.
Bro, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And then Melfi hit a nameplate Jean Grey out of 10, bro. That shit, dude. It was just a crazy experience. And you don't know how crazy it is until you're actually there. Everybody had a pellet. I thought I was at a gun show. Everybody's in that bitch with a Pelican case. Everybody bringing their hot shit to sell, trade, buy. It was, dude. I swear, I thought I was at a gun show, bro. Everybody's in there with Pelican cases. Pelican cases all over the damn villa, man.
We had to take turns.
The cards, bro.
We had to take turns putting out our cards. We had to be you 3 put that card.
Yeah, dude, it was an original art. There was like masterpiece paintings for sale. Yeah. It was just stupid, bro. It was and that's us not knowing or expecting what it was gonna be. It was the first one. Time. We went there with high hopes and good expectations.
Yeah,
and bro, it was after the first night, bro. I was like, "Yo, this is the first day. This is going to be the show to be at. This is gonna be what people in Italy they go for the Lake Como art show. This is our own little Lake Como in Orlando, man. You know what I mean? It's really, it's a nice upscale. Just the vibe is awesome. The homies at the Comic Art Fans are crushing. Kazra and the homie Bill, they just killing it, bro, with from the website to the YouTube content, just the amount of time and the dedication, the shows. Those are the dudes I want to support. We need more cats like that are going to put the hobby on the map and give collectors a place to chill and do the thing.
Think the unsung hero of that was the pool table that you guys had.
Yes.
Shout out to the pool table. Shout out to the pool table. Yeah.
Pool table was fun. That was a good time.
You see Casper's comment here, says Fausto's going to cosplay as Graydon at OAX.
Gee. You guys look related, I'm not going to lie.
We really do.
Fausto just needs a thicker mustache, bro. If you just get it thicker, dog, that's it.
Fausto and I have too many grays.
Yeah.
Fausto needs a fade. We need to get Fausto a fade real quick. You know what I mean?
You know, since this is the 1 year anniversary of the channel, one of the first streams that I ever went on was Fausto's character collecting series, and it was me and Matt, and we were on there talking about the Sabretooth collection. And at the end of it, Matt was like, "We need to talk about the elephant in the room," and that is how shockingly similar you two look. It was pretty funny.
It was hilarious. Yeah. He brought it up, and we were looking at it just like, because it was insane. And you know what's funny? I have the worst perception of who I look like with celebrities and stuff like that. So Emily's always like, "You don't look anything like that person." And right. But I told her, I was like, "Dude, there's this guy named Graydon, very cool guy, and I swear to God, we look exactly the same." She's like, "No way." And I showed her a picture. She was like, "You got to go talk to your mom or your dad. Something happened." Someone has to have a serious conversation.
Someone took a trip to Canada.
Someone took a
ride.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
That's hilarious.
You guys, it's been such a fun year in Marvel card collecting. I started a channel because I wanted to share how I was collecting with people in the public. And I got to meet so many people this year, and all the people on screen are a handful of them. Everybody else who's got to participate in being part of the channel, it's been my pleasure to get to have these conversations, host panels, open products, have a podcast, all of that fun stuff, do binder nights and open things. And I'd just like to go around the room here and ask everyone once what it is that they're looking forward to the most for next year in the art world, in cards, and whatever. Lewis, what are you the most excited about coming up 2025 here?
OAX, number one, OAX for sure. I'm looking forward to the DC license with Upper Deck, and I'm very excited to see what my boy EM Giss is going to create this year. He's been getting every year, he just gets better and better. You know what I mean? He's just been crushing it, and I'm excited and looking forward to see the new stuff. You know, that he's going to be popping out. It's so exciting to get a call from him and be like, "Hey man, I got this new cover coming. I just, locked in a deal with, whether it be DC, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever," and just being able to see like the step, not really the step, just the growth and each piece that comes in something new. I'm really excited for that. I'm a big fan of Eric's work. One of the best, just next level art. So I'm excited for that. Excited for OX. Excited for the DC. I'm excited for DC masterpieces as well, man. I'm excited to see who they choose as an artist. And I would love to pick up some of the artwork. You know what I mean? I think it'll be really good. And I'm very curious. The plan that Topps has for Marvel.
Yes.
I'm very curious. Am I a Topps fanboy? Or am I going all crazy on the chrome and this and that? I haven't opened any of that product. So it's not like really my thing right now, but could they have some tricks up their sleeve to really put Marvel cards on the map? Their marketing is definitely superior, in my opinion, than Upper Deck.
Yeah.
Just the reach that they have, the following that they have, that could be very beneficial to grow the Marvel card hobby, to grow the space. But if they're not making sexy cards, man, it doesn't matter. And I think if they don't have a good plan, if they think they're going to be able to survive and be real successful off just printing off of old comic art, it's not going to work, man. You need original art. And if that doesn't happen, bro, I think the DC Upper Deck line is going to overshadow a lot of different, non-sports, card hobbies. I really do. I think
original art's a huge importance to us. So I love that point. I think that's a great point.
yeah, so we'll see where it goes, man. I'm excited what they're gonna do. So,
And Raj, what are you looking forward to going into 2025? What's next for you?
Well, I agree with Lewis. OAX is going to kick it off like 100%. It's going to be hard to follow that the first month of the year. And I really look forward to meeting everybody over there. It's going to be awesome. Um, I'm just looking forward to actually slowing down and letting, absorbing these sets that came out and just picking and choosing what I want and taking my time with it. I got the whole rest of the year to do that
Yeah.
and recover from this year.
Literally.
Yeah. So.
Matt, what are you looking forward to going into 2025 collecting?
I mean, OAX is, again, the easy one. I'm excited for year 3 of MentalCon. I think that's going to be fantastic. Nathan and Jake are already doing some work and getting ready for the sketch artists for that. So that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Upper Deck does in terms of DC. I'll dip my toes and obviously hoping for the best on tops. For me, the base cards are incidental things that I collect usually while I'm chasing sketches and comic cuts. I don't know that Topps has done comic cuts before, so someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not encouraged about the AP situation, and I think that's going to chase artists away, so we'll see there. But the other thing I guess I'm excited about is seeing some artists that we know take the next step up to doing base card art in some of the sets. Like we saw Bella make the jump. She'd already done Topps Chrome, but now doing the Unbound set. I know at least one other artist. I'm not going to say their name because I don't know if they've announced it yet, but I'm aware of at least one popular sketch artist who's going to be doing some base card work. And you just kind of hope to see that all the time, and seeing new people we know, like friends. Like I'm excited to see how Tim Cologne's work is received as he moves into sketch cards. Exciting stuff. So
yeah,
lots going on next year.
All right, love it. And Fausto, what about you, my friend? What are you looking forward to going into 2025?
Other than OAX, it's weird. Like this year, it's funny because this year, 2024, I've had a lot of different experiences where I was hit with sets that had tons of parallels, seeing Topps Chrome, seeing what card sets have been offering, and kind of seeing the patterns a little bit, and looking at DC Weekly and seeing the patterns build off there too. I feel like I'm in a much better position as a collector to recognize what I do and don't like about sets and what I'm more inclined to participate in. And I feel like with that kind of confidence and ability to make those decisions without FOMO, I feel a lot healthier collecting now than I have in the past, because Platinum, really started with 2016, but Platinum really threw me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think Surfer Price Point and what I was doing really made me question, like, what am I trying to build on my collection? And I feel like I'm going to go into this next year really focused, you know what I mean? Really, really with a better enlightened attitude towards collecting and kind of get away from the aggravations I had experienced in 2024. So I'm looking to a hard reset, and making more friends and having great memories with my current friends. So
there you go.
I love that. It was a crazy year of collecting. Like 2024 was wild. And what I'm looking forward to for 2025 is continuing on with the YouTube channel. Continuing on with having a place where people meet and have conversation and get to talk about how they're collecting. I feel like when people discuss and display how they're collecting, it helps other people find their niche. I've picked up probably something from each one of you in collecting that's helped my collection look the way that it does. And I would like to continue to provide a space for people to have that conversation and to show on binder nights and things like that what they're putting together. There's so much to learn, and there's so many different fun ways to do it that's what I'm looking forward to. And to touch on Raj's point, kind of digesting everything that's come out, there's so much curating to happen. I'm sure everybody is doing that as well, of curating your collection and putting things in the right place, deciding what doesn't speak to you and is to be moved on with to the next collection. there's lots and lots of fun stuff to happen there.
I love JC's comment. Let's rank some shit. No, bro. We're not gonna get into
Not
that.
tonight. Not tonight.
We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Fausto, get the file ready. Get ready. Let's go.
That's right. I think that was
Surfer top 10. Sorry, what? Someone said something.
Top five. Don't play games, bro.
How could I forget? How
you
could I
put it
forget?
too low. Put it too low.
all of you guys who are on here tonight have been people who've been on the channel multiple times. Just want to say a huge thank you to all you guys for being friends, for being participants, and for bringing the wild personalities that you guys are, just the unique characters that you all are, to this ridiculously crazy channel where you got to have a sense of humor to even understand what we're talking about. It's great. It's been super fun. I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Everybody in the chat tonight, thank you for being here. If you're watching this on the replay, drop a comment below. If you saw anything that we're talking about and you have questions about it, if you ask in the comment section, people on the chat and myself are going to get back to you. So if there are terms that you didn't know, if you're wondering what OAX is or anything like that, or artists or whatever, drop a comment below and we'll make sure that we get you the answers to your questions. Guys, thanks so much for joining, and we'll try this again in the future. How about that?
Let's do it, baby.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
All right, guys. Everybody take care. Have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving and all that.
Happy holidays, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Peace.